Hey everybody, real quick. I'm editing this, and I could definitely tell we were very tired. And there's very much incohesive thoughts that are going into here, and we could definitely do better. However, I would enjoy it if we actually didn't have to feel rushed, and we all just watched the four movies that all accumulate together. So enjoy what we have right now, and spoiler warning at the 10-minute mark. Thank you, and enjoy today's podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the bonus episode of the Fools Podcast.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Or good evening, or good afternoon.
It's good morning somewhere.
It's good morning somewhere. So we have a bonus episode. We wanted to do a review of Godzilla vs. Kong. As you guys know, that's how we ended that last episode.
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's I don't want to get into spoilers right off the bat. I think we should do like a good 10 minutes of not spoiler.
Technically, it's called Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Oh really?
until
No
I watched
king?
it. Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Because they're fighting for the title. That's what it is. They're fighting for that title of king.
And that makes sense.
That's what's still Kong.
What do you guys think of it?
Like, I'll let Ivan go first. Cause
Me?
he was the one that gave it the higher rating
Oh,
out of
yeah.
all of us.
Out of all of
I'll
us,
have Ivan
yeah.
go first, and then we'll tear it down.
I give it an 8 out of 10. And it's because it's a pretty good movie. Like, it delivers on its fight scenes. Usually, action movies along those lines, I kind of see them as anime movies with fight scenes because those movies take a long ass time to get to action scenes. But Godzilla delivers, Godzilla vs. Kong delivers. The fight scenes come out, they're dope as hell. The movie is super cinematic, like cinematography is on point. Human characters suck, obviously, because they're human characters. One thing I hate is the shut-in scientist guy being all like hobo-ish and like lame, and then the next time you see him, he's just automatically clean cut. Like, we have to see Millie Bobby Brown explain how she gets her friend's van, but we can't get a scene of this guy shaving and cleaning up himself. Like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not really mad about that, but
Nah, he's pretty mad.
Yeah, man, I see him be
He's seething with
steaming.
anger right now.
He's steaming.
yeah,
I want to see him save. I want to see him
I want to
shave.
see it. I want to see a Gillette commercial in my Godzilla vs. Kong.
My favorite shaver is
Dollar Shave Club.
I mean, we'll never have good human characters in this series. Like, I think the first attempt, I haven't watched any of the movies multiple times. Like, I've only seen them once in theaters. So, but I do remember liking the first Godzilla's movies human characters. So the guy who was played by Quicksilver from the Avengers, like, I don't care what people say if he was
that
like
the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People try to say he was like an emotionless husk, but to me, I felt his emotion, and he was a cool character to me. So I feel like they did a good job on those. But now, since adding Millie Bobby Brown and all these other characters, they don't hit. They're just kind
It was
of annoying.
awkward.
Awkward,
It's,
yeah.
it's really awkward seeing these. Like, they're. Are you done with your review? So I can, no. All right.
shit.
Sorry. I was just gonna get in there then and just say, like, they're like the three blind mice, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
they just
yeah,
be
yeah.
they just be walking into stuff. Like, they don't even know
those
what they're
guys.
doing, and then it's coincidence after coincidence.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
People-
annoying as hell.
That's what I didn't like about it, was that the coincidence, like the fact that all three of them were trying to stop.
Yeah,
Kong.
nah, I'm bleeping that out. We're waiting to 10
Oh
minute
my
mark.
god, dude. Oh
Yeah,
my
then
God.
let's let Ivan finish before you start
Alright.
getting into all the spoiler territory, bro.
Oh my god, this whole podcast is a spoiler.
Not the 10 minutes. That's
Oh
the
my
point.
God.
All right, so
They want to know if they want to watch it. That's the point of a review.
they got my boy Paperboy messed up. Like, why am I censoring myself? They got my boy fucked up. Like, how you gonna make him supposed to be like this cool ass hacker or whatever? I guess not cool. He was pretty lame. But like damn.
It
I
wasn't
don't
a
know.
hacker.
I expected.
They gave him nothing to do.
They gave him nothing to do.
They
I
gave him
expected
nothing.
more from Paperboy.
That's why a USB drive. It wasn't a hacker.
Like, man, and then they try to, like, I guess since he's like has his own conspiracy podcast, he's supposed to be all like fast paced and shit with his dialogue, but it's
fast
like,
thinking.
yeah, but it's just like, nah, dude, like, just make him a regular guy who's competent. Like,
I'm really tired of like
That
people.
trope?
Yeah, that trope of like trying to get these nerds like into like this type of situation. They're not even nerds. Like
It's
let's do a YouTuber. Let's
it's
do
like
a
journalism trope kind of
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, that's
what
the
it
trope.
is. Yeah, it's a journalism
And
trope.
they can't do a journalist no more, so that's why they went podcaster route.
Yeah, no one knows how to be a journalist anymore, so they don't know how to act like a journalist.
Yeah, they don't want to tell the actual truth.
Yeah, exactly.
They want views. That's why it's podcasters now.
That's why he's all manic. That's why he has the goggles on his head when he opens the door and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
It's all attention to him.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed with Paperboy. Not in the actor himself, but just like with the
Yeah, because
writing.
he's a
the
good
actor
actor.
can do it,
He's
right?
a good actor.
He's a good
But
actor.
like he had to do what he had to do with the script that he had, you know?
Yeah, and it was just lame. And then it's like, it's not really a spoiler, but, well, I'll just say that, you know, going into this movie, I was Team Godzilla, but as you watch it, King Kong's basically the main character, and it really made me appreciate King Kong. So, I mean, that's the main part, is that the monsters are the main characters, and King Kong is really dope. Like, I actually like him. I'm gonna try and get a toy of him. Same thing with Godzilla for the movie, because I like the movie a lot.
What are you thinking about NECA?
No, I'm gonna try and get the SH one.
Yeah, that's right. That's
SH Monster Arts.
SH Monster.
I was looking them up right now.
And
They're about
imports.
they're about $70 each, and they're pre-ordered right now. So I'll be looking to get those. But
From the double.
yeah, I mean it's in the trailer. King Kong's axe is really dope. Like he, like the action scenes with it are dope as hell. And yeah, it's like cool ass movie. And yeah, but Kong's emotion, you really see like there's a little human character that he not talks to, but like she like tries to like sway him into certain areas and stuff, and it's really nice. And like those are probably the best two characters in the whole movie, and that would probably conclude
Oh
the
yeah,
review.
Yeah. I mean, if I'll go next, since we're going in order of most liked to least liked, the Kong group of people definitely supersedes the Godzilla group of people. I gave like the Godzilla and the Kong, like their entire part of the movie, I gave them a 8 out of 10. Yeah, and then the people in the movie, I gave them like a 2 out of 10, and that brought me to my conclusion of 7 out of 10. And then it's just, man, from beginning to end, these people in this movie just like walking into stuff that they shouldn't even be like a part of. Like this guy has a job they survive. Oh my god, they survive, bro. But anyway, I don't want to get into that part yet. But so we start off with this guy, right? He's already at Apex. Why does he work at Apex?
Yeah, why does he work at
Why does he work at Apex? How is
the
he?
dad?
No, the
Oh,
Paperboy.
Paperboy.
Yeah. Why does he work at Apex? Like, I thought he legitimately was able to do that job.
The way I saw it is that he was like infiltrating, you know?
Yeah, but how are you gonna infiltrate that place though?
Exactly, that's why they don't explain anything. He just
did
they
it.
just tell you about it. They don't
Yeah.
explain anything. They just tell you.
Also, like, there's these
He's a
parts.
podcaster
There's these
because-
parts of this movie where, like, things are going down, and this guy just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go this way, and it just leads to like everything else, and it's like. you can't just write a movie based on coincidences, dude.
Yeah.
That's like such a major gripe with me. And then
That's my biggest
like
gripe with the
I just like every single time that happened, I like like I always just kept laughing about it because I'm like, wow, like it's almost like they wrote the movie backwards.
You know what?
Like they-
Go on.
It's almost like they wrote the movie backwards. Like at they had like the human scenes. Because they knew what they were going to do with the Godzilla and Kong fight scenes. So they already knew what they were going to do with that. Yeah, they just had to build around it.
I see you.
Yeah, so basically they're like, all right, so the humans do this, and then they do this, and then they do this. And that leads to this fight, and that fight. Movie done, written. Let's just shoot it. Like, that's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah. Another thing I didn't like about the movie is that I realize now is that they make all the characters matter, which is why they don't matter to us. Everyone in that movie matters in a certain extent. The dad matters because they make him look like he's
Oh
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Millie Bobby Brown, the kid, and the podcast
that's what
matter
you
because
mean.
You have to go.
Say what you said at the end of the movie.
What did I say?
You were saying how like he's out here in China acting like he's there for his daughter, but he's not.
Yeah, he's
She's
not.
just randomly there.
Yeah, he doesn't
He's
even
just
know about
there.
it. Like, imagine if he knew that his daughter was there. how much the audience would respect that his urgency to go there instead of that. Oh, that's my job.
Yeah, they
You get
can't
me?
just meet up.
Yeah, and then afterward, he's like, "How'd you get here?" And she's like, "I've been here." And then she's like, and he's like, "All right, then get home." And then she just leaves. And it's like,
Did that happen?
Well, wait, hold up.
Oh, go on.
So the 10-minute mark has happened. If you guys,
I bet.
I kind of want you to say your score real quick.
What score? Oh, my score. Every day keeps changing. It was a 6 when I first watched it, but I think now it's like a 4 or a 5.
Damn.
Yeah, I really like
So it's less.
Yeah, it's a lot less now.
It's a lot less now.
Yeah, I'm taking account because the only good thing about that movie was the fight scenes.
I think
And
you're letting those human scenes linger on your judgment.
Well, yeah,
I
it's
think
a
so,
human
too.
movie.
It's a monster movie.
No. I say, like, I think if we actually, I'm probably gonna do this when I get home today. If we actually get all the scenes from
'Cause those
Kong
fight-
versus Godzilla,
oh, yeah.
like all the monster scenes,
Yeah.
or even the scenes with that Kong is just alone.
Because those fights would have just hit a lot better if the humans drove those fights, and if it wasn't just
Oh, you mean they didn't drove them?
no, that they drove the fights, but like man, how do I want to say it? Because they drove the
If
fights.
they were alone.
Yeah,
If it was just Kong and Godzilla.
No, I'm trying to say if they made the humans like how you say it? If they had a better time lapse of everything for the fights to happen, you know? Like if Kong was fighting in the ocean, he should have been fighting near the shore so he can get up and so he doesn't have to fucking drown. So the humans don't have to keep rescuing him all the time.
All right, so I'm,
You
at
get
that
me?
point,
That was
I'm
my
gonna
biggest
say,
gripe too about King Kong was that humans were always with him. Like Godzilla had no help. Actually, like everyone was against him.
Yeah.
And Kong had.
at that point, I'm gonna say that we're getting into the spoiler territory now. It's already been over 10 minutes, so we already gave our review at that point. So we got an 8 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, and we got an even lower score of 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So that means an overall of the Fools podcast score of, what is that, 6?
Yeah, it's like probably like a 6.
Oh man.
Because for
That
one,
hurts
the
a little
Kong's
bit.
backstory is like Godzilla's and Kong's fighting. Like that doesn't make sense. So how does that drive the story if it doesn't make sense? And then it's just all that they could have did all that a little differently. Like it could have been Kong's versus one Godzilla.
Yeah.
Inside like the Middle Earth. But they didn't do that. They said they had whole races against whole races.
This
Oh,
is how.
that would have been tight if you saw Godzilla.
Yeah,
go down.
and that would make you respect Kong a lot more from fighting Godzilla because it's like, okay, you messed up my house, now I have to mess you up, and so it gives them more reason to fight rather than just
Well, that
only have to
that
fight.
is the reason though.
That's his new home.
That was the reason Kong
I
did
get
fight
you.
him.
Yeah, because he still messed up his own. But
Yeah, but
even
like,
then, like
from-
it still didn't like register to Kong that it seemed like he knew or didn't know. You get me? Like it just seems like
No,
he just
I
had
think
to
he
fight.
knew.
You think so?
Because when it was all going down,
Uh-huh.
it was because Godzilla be blasting the floor with his atomic breath. And then when he looks up, he's like, "Who did that?" The first person he sees, Godzilla,
I
is
didn't
yelling at him.
Because like
I didn't even notice that happened. That's pretty stupid.
What,
I didn't know that happened.
what?
That he blasted the ground.
Oh yeah, like drilled a hole
Yeah.
Oh,
to center Earth.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy, bro? That's like
It's-
that
I-
Godzilla powerful.
Yeah,
like that.
Because that was a gone.
Oh yeah, that's just the scene I mentioned to you
Yeah.
earlier. That's the scene that I mentioned. I was like, that's like the type of death battle thing where they're like, in order to do this, you gotta have like 18,000 megatons of TNT.
Hey
and
man,
it's
don't,
like,
don't spy death battle. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
do that, dude. So many other fights are so like,
Godzilla should have jumped down.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Is that usually I'm pretty harsh on my movie reviews, and I won't give like high ratings for a movie. And Angel's quick to make a good score for a movie.
I was really critical.
Yeah,
of the
you're
movie,
really
dog.
critical.
well, because like we like this stuff.
Because Ghidorah hit for me, dog. Ghidorah really hit. Fucking
Godzilla,
Rodan
King
killing
of the
everybody.
Monsters?
Yeah, Rodan.
They made
fucking-
Rodan a badass in
Exactly.
that last movie.
They make King Kong a cuck. That's why they even give him King.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cuck Kong.
Cuck Kong. That's why he's not even
Oh.
King Kong. It's Cuck Kong.
Oh yeah, so this whole movie is kind of like Kong centric. So the whole point of it is to basically, this guy has the title of King Kong. Like people will be like in the fucking what are they called? Like the playgrounds, like who would win Kong Godzilla? But like in real life, like that's their real life. It's like who would win Kong or Godzilla? So it finally happens, and man, Kong be taking L's throughout the whole movie. He be taking L's throughout the whole
It's
movie.
supposed to be his movie.
It's
He
his
takes L's.
movie, and he's
It's not
taking
his
it.
movie.
It's his movie,
Godzilla's the
dog.
first character. Oh yeah, but he is the main.
Godzilla is the
He's
first
the
character,
main-
but King Kong is the protagonist.
No, he's not the first character.
No,
Kong
like
is the first
in
character.
the title, Godzilla.
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah,
That's
which
the
was
movie,
leading
that's
to
the
the
song- that's the
opening
song
scene. That
tickets.
opening scene easily play All Star.
Yeah.
By Smash Mouth on it.
You know when he's scratching his
Easily.
ass?
That's Shrek.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the Shrek
Shrek.
opening. The whole scene of him opening is Shrek.
Hey, hey, but it makes me feel bad for Kong because this fool's literally in the Truman
The
Show.
Truman Show.
Yeah, like this fool's literally in the Truman Show, and like he knows they're fucking with him. He throws his spear, but I'm like, okay, why is it even like that? They don't even tell you until like later on. So apparently it's like that because Skull Island's now like the storm is like all inside Skull Island now too. Like why didn't they better show you?
Yeah.
Like, I was confused.
But they didn't even show Skull Island this whole
They
movie.
did.
They did.
They showed an outside shot. It was just of the biodome, I guess.
Yeah, the biodome's inside Skull Island, isn't it?
What is that? A mall that goes both ways? No, I stole that joke from a movie called Biodome.
Oh, that's funny.
But
yeah.
okay, but another.
I didn't know that. I didn't see that. That's the thing too. A lot of this
They should
movie.
have Godzilla mess up that biodome.
Oh right.
Because
They
that,
should-
that would have
Oh,
more
yeah,
urgency
'cause
for him
then-
to find another home rather than
No,
just...
because
And he could
he
save.
knew
And he could save the two girls.
Yeah.
no,
and-
but he was more concerned about the Ghidorah head, because they be messing with the Ghidorah head.
But that's later on.
Yeah,
No, but they're doing it still in that facility. That's why like the eye and shit's
No, that
all
was
up
an
there.
Alpha. That was an Apex. That
that was an Apex.
The
That was a whole
King
different
Kong
one.
thing is a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different...
Well, I mean,
so,
I guess they wanted us to think that the Ghidorah stuff was still going on there because there was no other way for him to figure that out.
what?
That-
Godzilla
there-
was there with...
Yeah, like how would like Godzilla's
Oh,
not
'cause
like
the-
a hacker man trying to
the-
get on the computer.
The
and,
movie. I mean, Godzilla is the way they're.
The framing him is that he can feel him, basically.
Yeah, that's how they've been doing it. All these movies, like basically, all the Titans can
Can
sense each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that Mecha's not a Titan.
No, I'm talking about King Kong inside.
No,
the-
but I'm talking about. Oh, King Kong was in that facility.
No,
Oh,
it's
he
inside-
was.
No,
huh?
he's in his own thing.
Yeah,
He's
inside
on
his-
Skull Island still,
yeah.
but they have a biodome over him.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying when Godzilla first attacks, and they blame it like, oh, why is he attacking
The
us?
ship.
No,
What?
the island itself with with Paperboy,
Oh, when
the first facility.
Oh,
That
when he,
first-
when
they
he
have-
finds the core, when he
They
finds
have,
the
yeah,
core.
when he finds the
core
core.
giving out because
Yeah.
in I forget which movie it is. I think it's the
That was
Oh,
second
a
Godzilla.
core.
Yeah,
That
this-
looked
That
like an
was the core?
eyeball.
No, the
I
second
think that was
Godzilla.
the core of
Yeah.
Mecha.
Yeah, see, but that just brings me to a point of like this whole movie, like they're not explaining stuff
This is
Well,
this whole time. They're just kind of like
in the second Godzilla movie or the King Kong movie, they explain that there's like this they have like this call, like this like a mating call basically, but it's not a mating call. It's like an alpha call. I don't know.
It's probably kind of like a vibration, like a vibration they can feel.
I'm
But how the
pretty
mecha giving that out though? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
That's
the
what
mecha style has
bringing me out.
kaiju energy, especially with the psychic links it has between the heads.
That's what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
Because
but-
Ghidorah stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I was talking
Anyway.
about
But
Kong the whole
also,
time.
I thought the little energy ball thingy that Godzilla was attacking, I'm pretty sure it was giving out that
The
it was
energy.
giving out the energy because even the conspiracy guy is telling you like there's no reason why this attack is random.
Mhm.
They're trying what he's saying is right, that they're trying to paint Godzilla in an ill light.
Yeah.
And he's just attacking randomly, but the way I see it, because I still remember, even though I've only seen it once and that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I still remember that's them
That
talking
boat
about
scene?
that.
Yeah.
No, like the alpha call that they use.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's how I was tripping out when Kong was like bombed in the ocean, and then they're like, "Okay, he's dead now, right?" And then Godzilla leaves. It's like he can feel that. He can feel
Yeah,
that.
he could-
Even if
Well,
black smoke was everywhere, he can feel that.
I guess he didn't want to kill him. I guess he just. But even then, that doesn't
Yeah,
make
he
sense.
couldn't
Like, why
kill him
doesn't?
because then the movie would be over right
Yeah,
there.
it'd be over.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, that's why I was saying like, have your fights
That's why they be
closer
taking
to shore.
That's why they take
Where
those.
Kong can fight back. You know,
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I feel like
like
I
he
feel
can have the
uh,
whole drowning stuff, but make it close enough to where he can like
no,
fight back.
I feel like it was perfect to have it one in the water and one on land.
Cause that just means it leaves it.
I like
open
that
for-
too, though.
Yeah.
I like
do
it. I
too,
like the
but
fact
it's
that
You just hate the explanation.
No,
of why
yeah, I
it's-
just hate that at the end of it, Godzilla has to leave because they're in water. Kong will die in water, so
Yeah.
Godzilla has to leave. So
But that scene though.
Yeah, that scene's
where
tight.
Godzilla's underneath a boat and he.
yeah, that
Oh,
scene's
yeah.
tight.
Plasma beam.
That scene's tight. The
Kong
scenes are
jumps off.
tight.
Ooh.
no, yeah.
I
Don't
love
get
that
us wrong
scene.
with this movie. When Kong and Godzilla are on screen,
It's tight. It's a movie.
It's a movie. it's really good. But then they give you these reasons that aren't like actual
movie,
You know what I do
Godzilla King
like?
Kong Reasons.
You know what I
Yeah.
do like? I like the antagonist, the main guy, the leader of Alpha,
They
or
showed up for like
Apex.
2 seconds.
the
Yeah.
leader of Apex.
Yeah.
I like his reasoning behind why he's doing what he's doing.
Well,
Yeah,
you
oh,
see,
yeah, I
that was
guess,
my,
yeah.
but that's another thing. They could have made Apex a lot better. It could have been like a whole moral thing about how like humans are the apex predators, because that's the thing.
They made him such
Yeah,
of like
because-
the generic super.
Because in a way, humans are strong, right? But the way we we go against each other is knowledge, and so Apex being the apex predator, using King Ghidorah's head as like kind of like how you say, power for the mecha is dope, because it's in line with the like kind of like the allegory of humans have knowledge rather than power, right?
Oh,
You get me? So
I
they
like
could,
that.
yeah. So they could have used that in a different way, but they had to kill him off so fast because.
Oh, you wanted him to be like a philosopher more.
No, it wasn't even like a philosopher. Probably more like an evil genius that they try to set him up to be.
Who, the Apex man?
Yeah.
because he was
Yeah, 'cause they-
generic as
Yeah,
hell.
at
Like,
At least he was Hispanic.
I mean,
give all the villain roles to the ethnicities.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dog. Make me a bad guy. I'm a heel. That's right.
Whatever. MS-13.
You know what though? If they do that, but they make him like Zuko. Like
Oh,
Avatar Last
you
Airbender,
see that could have been
they give
cool
us that
too, at least.
redemption arc.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
little Zuko.
Little Zuko's. But anyway, that's not even part of the movie. Let's
Is that security?
Nah.
Top flight security.
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
I-
He got like a Russian parka on. What the hell?
a little fourth wall break. We're filming in a parking lot right now. Filming. We're recording. But
We went to film school, huh?
yeah.
So, you saw a hobo security
We
guard.
just saw a hobo security guard. But anyway, like,
I saw a wizard last night here.
Oh my.
oh
God.
really?
Yeah, he was a hobo guy.
You
with
should have
a-
saw what happened to Angel
Oh
yesterday.
my god.
But
That's nothing.
All right.
So basically,
That's the real king of the monsters right
we,
there.
we all woke up super early. We wanted to get this episode out, and then that's why we keep doing that. We keep doing the because
it's our
we're
early
not
in the morning.
yeah. It's that morning stuff, you know. We all haven't even had
don't-
coffee.
You don't
Morning
know how to talk
driftwood.
yet.
That morning drift would.
You don't really know where you're going with your sentences.
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
flight
and
security,
then
Craig.
and this is a few days after watching too, so
That,
it has marinated a little bit in, but also like it's not fresh in the mind, you know. So,
I'm about to watch all of them again.
oh yeah, I feel like we should definitely have a trilogy type
I'm
watch.
down. I'm
Like
down.
a quadruple.
Oh really?
Yeah, this is the
The
fourth
2014 Godzilla and the
movie. Honestly, the
Mecha Ghidorah Godzilla King
the
of
best
Monsters,
movie
yeah.
is probably either this one or Kong Skull Island. Because the Godzilla, I love Godzilla, but those movies, they just, yeah, they disappoint in their human parts.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, what do you expect?
You just leaving the human parts ruin it for you.
But that's why, because like Kong and Kong doesn't take itself seriously.
Why can't they write the human parts like
Better?
good? You better like
Kong
if
doesn't
they,
take
it's
itself
been
seriously because they wrote it
since
like
the
that.
1960s. Like,
It's
you gotta
like,
be kidding me.
it's
like
like-
even in Shin Godzilla, dude.
It's like they
oh
trying
no,
to
I
make
like
a.
Shin Godzilla, bro.
So like
No,
even
Shin
in
Godzilla is dope.
The humans
Yeah,
actually,
no, I understand, but
the humans are actually like, yo, man, let's get together, let's defeat
But I was saying-
Godzilla.
but
I
it's
saying
also
Gal-
yeah. But let me get into it so you could tell them what you told me. Is that they spend like 40 minutes in this like meeting room. Like they legit spend like in the entirety of the movie like maybe 40 minutes in this.
You gotta know.
Yeah, I mean, but also
I was telling Gallo that movie was supposed to be a satire on the government.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's why
On the
that's why it was like
Japanese
important for them to like go in and out of meetings, like swapping out, because that's what they have to do in their government when something happens, like something bad happens and shit.
but I just
That's
wanna
why they're
watch
so late
monsters.
with their response to
Yeah.
Godzilla, because they like have to go through so many
many-
channels to get their military off.
Yeah, that's how I thought. Well, it was like it was cool for it to be like 40 minutes long like that because it was like a whole point that they were trying to get across.
Shin Godzilla's
So-
dope as hell. He just walks through the freaking
He's really
country
cool.
and
He
just
doesn't
like,
even care.
It's-
That's the
it's
kind of
the,
fool that would kill King Kong in the water. That's like, no, I mean like when in the first scene when they're fighting in the water, Godzilla King Kong, he would have just drowned his ass and that's it.
Shin Godzilla?
Yeah, Shin
Yeah,
Godzilla wouldn't have cared. He
But
was,
I feel like the Shin Godzilla doesn't do any like punching or kicking. Like
no, he has little arms.
he has little arms. He straight up just
but
just
that
walks
fool-
around and destroys things.
But that
Yeah.
fool has like the
But just- but walk
NBA
around.
YoungBoy mentality though.
Which, Well, first of all, they did like kind of like a Batman thing to it. So basically, they just introduced like a whole other Godzilla, and now like during that same time as this Godzilla. So I think that's pretty funny because they
Godzilla's king of all four of these movies.
But also like Shin Godzilla really just brought it back to the basics. That's what
Yeah.
Godzilla is. Like he's literally just like the god of destruction.
Yeah, he's
like,
just a terror.
he's literally just that's the point of it. He's supposed to be the nuclear bomb.
Yeah, he's a terror you can't run away from.
Yeah, he's something
That's what makes
that
him
when you
scary.
see, it's done.
Yeah.
Like you, sorry, like.
Oh, I hate how people always say, "Oh, I'm not afraid of Godzilla. It's just Godzilla." I'm like, dog, that's because you're desensitized to it. But if you saw a big ass lizard monster
You don't
in
have to
the
think about it like
distance,
that. Just pretend you literally see the atomic
Yeah.
bomb. Like pretend you see a bomb in the air and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, cause that's basically
That's what it is. That's what
yeah,
he is.
That's what he is.
He's a personification of it.
Yeah, his head is a smoke.
And
What's
then
his name?
but back to Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong. That Middle Earth, that introduction scene to Middle Earth, we didn't even know what the hell that was.
Kong didn't even know until they told
he
him.
could have literally like.
Kong didn't even know he had a home.
They didn't even know. Yeah, they could have just said that could be your home instead of being like your family could be in there.
Yeah.
Like
I think they do tell him that. But like, yeah, they thought it.
After like 3-4.
no,
They thought it up on
after
the fly.
Yeah, on the fly, and it's like you guys.
It's like y'all supposed to be scientists.
Yeah.
I don't like how.
And I didn't even know. I thought that was another facility. Deadass. I thought they were bringing them to another facility, and then after they go through it, I'm like, oh, it's an entire.
the Hollow Earth
Earth,
place
yeah.
looked cool as hell though.
They should have fought there.
It looked cool as hell.
Oh yeah, they should have fought there.
Yeah, it would have had more urgency
And then-
for Kong to win.
Can we bring up the fact that there's multiple axes?
There is.
There's multiple skull axes. Yeah, when you see it on the floor, they line up and then they make like a spiral Godzilla on the floor.
They do.
Yeah, so like the spines are meant to be a part of like the not theoretical.
But like the
What
spine.
is that anyways, dude? That's like
what's that play? Like,
Yeah,
this is how I say. This is what I told Angel.
If there's gonna be a second movie, why put it in there?
Yeah, so this is what I told Angel. I was like, open the scene with this.
Yeah.
With what this was. Show me the family of Kongs fighting a family of Godzillas right off the bat, and have us be hyped for the whole movie.
Show me why I care about Mother Earth and why.
Yeah,
Like, Kong
why
has to fight it.
are we headed here? Like, oh man,
Like,
imagine
you
that
don't know why
scene.
you're
Imagine
just
that
like Kong.
scene,
You
just
don't
a
you don't
bunch
know
of-
anything about the movie until like you go into the hole.
You mean like that? Like it'll be like that end game fight of everybody just like two wars clashing, and then like oh man.
After Star Wars Episode 9, I'm tired of endgame fights.
That's funny.
But anyways, I don't like all the scientists.
I don't get that part.
It's because like all the spaceships come up and I don't know. But anyways,
That shit was amazing.
no, okay, so
was amazing.
I don't like
I
all the
cried.
scientists, dude. I don't like all the scientists do is all like, oh yeah, you guys will fund my technology or my scientific plans so that these little spaceship carriers can go into Hollow Earth. Also, yeah, like, I know someone who knows about King Kong, so can we use him as a guide? Like, how would King Kong be a guide in the first place? He's a freaking kaiju.
Whoa.
Like, I hate that part. But, like, I do like how, even though they don't explain the Kong Chapel, because, like, it looks like a church. But I do like when
He
Kong...
does sit on.
Yeah, I love when Kong sits down, and he's just chilling with the axe. He's just, like,
Yeah.
slumped.
And
Slouched.
it's funny because it's like, because they want to show you that he's like King Kong.
Damn, we haven't
But he's
even
already
we haven't
taken
even
out.
talked about Mecha Godzilla.
You have to, dog. You
yeah.
got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes, dog.
Mecha
Yeah, 10
Godzilla
minutes.
is dope as hell, dude.
They're like really though. Being spoiled about it too. Like, they didn't even change the fact that he's just really cool in the movie. Like, you expect him.
I wish they would have showed his core better.
But
though.
also, yeah. I wish they.
like I was,
they
like Gallo
explained it
said,
better.
like you thought it was an eyeball.
I thought it was an eyeball. Didn't it look like it's really small, dude?
It was really small.
It was really small. I thought that was like his eyeball.
Uh,
Dude, that's not. I don't know, guys. I don't think that was his core. I think that was his
I'm pretty
eyeball.
why would they show his eyeball, dog? I'm pretty sure that was
Because
his core.
because if they show the eyeball, it gives you like the oh, bro, that's Mecha Godzilla.
No, that's
Like-
what happens when you see a core. Oh shit, that's Mecha Godzilla's core. But if you see an
Nah.
eyeball, it's like, oh, that's just an eyeball. What are you doing with the eyeball?
I don't think so. That's
Because if you notice,
If you see a big-
in any big reveal, it's the core that matters. It's not like an eyeball.
yeah, but sometimes you look at a core and it's like you just see a battery. Your battery could go to anything.
That's a
And
heart.
a big eye goes inside a big monster. Like,
Yeah, but that monster isn't put together. It doesn't have an eye.
That's why it's not put together. There's the eye.
I mean, I guess
That's right. Yeah,
I guess it makes
exactly.
sense. It's the same thing, but I mean, I think it's scarier seeing a core than an eye.
I mean, if that eye, if they filmed it better and the eye was like looking straight at you,
If the eye was
like-
connected, the only eye's only scary if they're connected.
or oh yeah, what if it was like a little bit connected? So like when the guy sees it, the eye's like, "Phoom," and like looks at him.
Yeah, like maybe like he just showed like parts of the King Ghidorah, and so that's why the eye was there. But like eyes aren't scary unless they're connected to something.
Oh man, which brings
Like
us
when
to the
Godzilla pops up, remember the 2001 movie, and then he has that little eye as his
Oh, that's like his signature.
Yeah,
dude.
the
Godzilla's
eye.
signature of like always just.
That's
like,
that eye is scary because
that
it's connected to
eye.
something.
And then but yeah, it was bring like the Mecha Ghidorah, like it's technically Mecha Ghidorah also
Yeah,
at this point.
it's making yeah,
Like it's Mecha Ghidorah inside of Mecha Godzilla body.
yeah.
'Cause
They should.
it's literally his brain.
Yeah.
Was there
oh,
a reason why
no.
they couldn't?
I didn't even mind that they
get the
didn't.
other two heads.
There's no reason.
There's no other
They
two
just
heads.
wanted to make a Godzilla and the way.
How come you just didn't make a Ghidorah?
Yeah, see, I don't know.
I think he's still alive.
Oh, like
I think
with
Ghidorah's still alive.
But I do like the
with just one
explanation
thread?
behind
yeah,
it.
just two heads.
I like the explanation behind it. They said,
the telepathy.
yeah, the telepathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And so
really
they use
cool.
one skull as
Their
a.
necks are too long.
Their necks are too long.
Their necks are too long.
That's why they needed telepathy.
They need
to-
telepathy.
That part was.
the same body. But
Yeah, I was like, okay.
That part was.
I can't reach my feet. my neck is too long.
They're trying to war each other. It's like I can't hear you.
That part was kind of like.
Telepathy.
See, if only they had, and then like insert the ad for a certain earphone company. Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, that too.
Mecha Godzilla coming in here wrecking shop, dude. He's like, he's literally like, there's no way anybody could win against this guy.
I had to suspend
And-
my disbelief real
Yeah.
quick because, man, he gets hacked up so easily by the axe. I'm like, okay,
Too easy.
Godzilla was just charging that shit up, like unknowingly, right? And it didn't do that much damage. But then when he wants to charge it up, it does that much damage. But like he was shooting to kill the whole time, anyways. I don't know.
What if
No,
like,
Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
they probably
Charging
won't do
back.
this, but what if that was like,
They should
because
just
that's,
Goku them. I mean,
because that's like man-made
I thought that shit was
material.
gonna be like Goku. And
one of them
also,
has to die. They can't. They both can't live.
I like
Even
how I like how Godzilla, like you actually see Godzilla watching them squabble, and then he looks at the axe and he actually wants to power it up
Yeah.
to Kong. It
Oh
gives,
yeah, oh yeah, dude.
It
That's
gives
Yeah.
Godzilla so much sentience.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about this movie. All the like little things that they do in these monster fights. That like beginning of the fight when they're in the city, and Kong throws the axe
Oh, and they
down,
start
goes,
taunting each other.
and then fucking like Godzilla drops his tail down. Oh yeah, like mind you, this whole time people are dying. People are dying in this
Just
fight.
by the taunts.
By the taunts.
Just by the-
And you see them dying. Like they show like the ground shots of like this fight going on and
it's
people
like,
down there being crushed by rubble.
I just wish it would have showed more people dying, so you
Yeah.
can care about the city more. So you
like
can be like, oh, hurry up and
like
be done
actual,
fighting. So
like
I don't
actually
care about
die
the
though.
city.
No, I feel like if we
That
seen
shit
scenes
would've-
of them actually dying instead
Yeah.
of like a weird green
like
screen
like
of them
actual
running.
Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like because if you pay
That's
attention,
crazy, man.
because I was
Exactly.
paying attention when they were down there and like doing that running thing.
That means
Like
the whole point of Godzilla.
they're kind of like all running, but the rubble's just kind of landing.
You're behind them.
Yeah, behind them.
Yeah,
And
behind
like
them.
it's,
yeah.
Like everyone's
they're
still
just, they're
like,
just green
safe.
screened.
Like
run.
you just hope that someone dies. You just
Yeah.
hope that someone's.
But
behind
like
them.
also, if this entire world knows about Titans and stuff, and they basically have like Titans per capita, like over here, like you don't think they have a better plan? Like they already did an evacuation order. Why are there so many people still
And they're
out?
like again.
There are people inside still working inside the building, and then they get crushed. Like these people, like, are y'all dumb?
Now it's Godzilla. They want to see it. You gotta get
Like
the cameras out.
you could hear them a while away. All right, but that's gonna bring us a little bit to a close over here. Final thoughts?
It's
I
still
like it.
4.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too. That's why I'm pretty high up
I
there.
enjoyed
it's
it.
a
I didn't like
7
it.
out of 10.
Oh, what? I
That's-
said 8 out of 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said 8. I said
stick by
7.
it.
Angel was a 6.
Yeah, what was that 6?
Honestly, the Godzilla crew is whack. King Kong.
Godzilla crew whack.
I'm
Uh,
glad. Okay, Godzilla.
Alright, take out Godzilla crew.
Can we
and
post
the
like just a
dad.
quick like snippet on the dad? He does nothing. He's in there for 2 seconds.
His only purpose is to be Millie Bobby Brown's dad. That's his only purpose.
That's his only purpose.
I like how the caretaker of Kong. I like how she's like, "Oh, King Kong, Godzilla doesn't want to fight King Kong." Like King Kong got his ass whooped. I'm like, yeah, boy.
Oh man,
like,
even that scene where he's like, I guess that rounds to Kong. I was like, no. What are you talking about? Like all he did was make him stagger. Like Kong has already done that to him like 10 times. So
I like when Kong's shoulder's broken and
I didn't know when that happened, but
Oh, yeah, I remember.
they show you it.
Yeah, they show
it's
you.
tight.
But then
His shoulder's dislocated. He fucking pops it back in place by slamming it against the building.
Yeah.
That was tight.
And then oh man, that scene of like Godzilla, his foot on Kong, basically telling him like, say my name. Say my name.
That was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, cause
yeah.
So they're screaming it, but you know exactly what's
Kong
happening.
should've
He's
died,
basically
but that was
saying
hard.
like, "Who's king? Who's king?"
We didn't even address the sex scene, dude. There's a
Oh.
lot of love tension right there.
I know, between Kong and
Bro,
Godzilla.
whoa! That's I don't want to spoil that for anybody. That
They can
scene
watch
is
that.
too
They can
good.
watch that scene themselves.
They can watch that scene themselves.
It was a little too hot to handle.
A little too hot,
Little-
bro.
little
Like
Kong
across
action.
the entire nation, dude. All Hong Kong saw it.
So like,
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
oh,
Oh.
I'm like, God damn it.
And then
Kong should have died.
and y'all funny.
Nah.
Kong
The movie made me like Kong.
Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed there was no tease of another big kaiju.
There should have been more teases.
There should have been some teases.
I mean, they already teased us enough with that Kong and Godzilla sex scene, so.
I needed a climax, bro.
Yeah.
I need the second one.
Hey, can we also mention that scene of like Godzilla fighting, or at the end, Godzilla was basically like, I could do this all day. And Kong's like, nah, I'm alright. And puts the X out. And Godzilla's like, that's right. And it goes into the ocean. See, that's why Godzilla took the W whole ass movie. The only time he did it, it was basically like you know in those MMA fights where like the guy kind of like gets tripped up or something. But the referee just kind of comes in for a second, goes like, you're good. And like they continue the fight.
Oh, in boxing fights, yeah.
They don't do that in MMA too?
Kind of, but like,
It's still there.
if they get eye poked or something.
Well, whatever. So
if it's a foul, if it's a potential foul, yeah.
Yeah. So that was my thinking through it. But that'll bring us to a close over here. Thanks for listening. Sorry we're all disoriented. We really wanted to get this out beforehand.
This has been Angel.
This has been Gallo.
Sup? I'm Ivan.
This
This
is
is
goodbye.
Ultimate
This is
Ivan.
Ivan.
And we'll catch you next time. We'll be recording again tomorrow. You know, some insider information.
Later.